Hi, I'm Kelly, welcome back to my channel. Today we are on week 9 of HelloFresh and we've gone back to the original boxes, which I'm very happy about because those other boxes were terrible. Oh, we've got more freebies. These were really nice. We had these in our box last month and they're actually really nice, but they're so expensive. They're like £6 odd for a box. So I'm happy to have those as freebie. Oh, this is the only problem with this one, that I have. So this week we have bacon, cheddar and pesto wheels. These were actually I accumulated credit or something, so these were technically a freebie. And then we got the family favourite pork and apple burger, which sounds quite nice, something different, with rosemary wedges and rocket. And then we've got the pork and apple meatballs. You see the theme going on here. With gravy, mash and cabbage. Again, sounds really nice. And a Tuscan-inspired chicken and tomato on rice with pestos, cheese and spinach. So, and I think these are all fairly quick meals this time as well. And we've got, look it, we'll put all the fresh stuff this side. Oh, pork. This is our free gift. We just go for the pizza because it's quick, it's easy. It's mozzarella as well, isn't it? One thing I have found though, the mozzarella packets keep opening. It's twice that's happened in my fridge now. That's a free gift. Oh, we've got lots of cheese this time. So, right, I think that's it. Right, let's get rid of that then. I have to put them in my own bags this time, I think. So, number 6. So this one we've got passata, red wine stock paste and rice. So that calls for garlic. Again, we all know I'm going to switch that out and put lazy garlic in it. Baby spinach. Nice rocket. Is that rocket? Is that the baby spinach over here? Yeah, baby spinach. A pesto. A hard. No, that's grated cheese. Where's that one? Hard grated cheese. Diced breast chicken. Oh, there we go, right. So that's that one done. And the next one is number 33, which is here. So in here we have balsamic vinegar, dried rosemary, breadcrumbs and red wine stock again. So this one's going to have the mince, the shredded cabbage, packet of potatoes, the red onion, more garlic and an apple. Is there any cheese in that one? Nope. That's that one done. Right, next one we're going to go with 39. So in this one we've got dried rosemary, breadcrumbs, balsamic vinegar, and an apple and sage jelly. I think we've had that one before, haven't we? The apple sage jelly. So this one is potatoes, pork mince, garlic again, chopped cheddar cheese. See how many of those it is. 3. So that's all 3 of those then. 2. Burger buns. Still up somewhere. Getting confused now. I think that's it. apple. Rocket. And then this is the pinwheels. Right, I think the passata goes back in that other one, then that must be 2 lots of passata, because nothing else has got passata on it. That's the point. Where's the marinara sauce? It's not here, is it? Oh, we've got something missing. It's the first time we've had a problem with our boxes. Right, so in this we've got tomato puree, sun-dried tomato paste, and we're going to put the passata, cheese. I'm sure there's going to be more than one cheese in that. Puff pastry, smoked bacon, and oh, I've done the pesto. That's it for that. That's it for that one. Come back later and see what we decide we're going to make. Right, we've decided to go for the baked pork, apple meatballs with onion gravy, mash and cabbage. So we've got the cabbage going there. It does say just to fry it and cover it for 4 minutes or so. But as we all know, I like my veg cooked or overcooked. So I'm going to boil it and do it that way. It does say to add a bit of garlic. So I'm just going to dump a bit of garlic in there. And then let that cook away. Our potatoes already chopped and boiling away there. Well, cook it. So we're going to make the meatballs. So we've got our grated apple. We're going to add in our pork mince. It does state on there to do this all by hand. Hence why I got the gloves on. Yuck. Dried rosemary. Breadcrumbs. Garlic. Again, lazy garlic, I'm not messing around with garlic cloves. And salt and pepper to taste. And all we're going to do is just mush it all up with my hands. So much quicker doing it by hand. Messing around with spoons and forks. Smells nice. Right, and then apparently this is going to make 10 meatballs. Listen, I'm just going to grab a bit, mush it into a ball, and then onto a baking tray because that's going to go into the oven. 8, 9. Right, these are going to go in the oven for 200 for, where's the time? Can't even see it. 12 to 15 minutes. Right. That's that done. So now we're going to crack on with our onion gravy. Right, it's not that hot at the moment, so I've only just popped it on, but we're going to put it in now, right? I'm going to add some salt and pepper to it. And they've just got to cook down now until they're cooked, so about 6-7 minutes. For our gravy, we're going to add in a 1/4 teaspoon of sugar. Hang on, babe. 1 sec. The balsamic vinegar. The red wine stock cake. And 100 mils of water. And we're just going to let that thicken up now. If it goes a little too thick, just add a bit more water. Right, I'm just going to add the meatballs in with the gravy. And just let them soak up the flavour for a couple of minutes before we dish up. Right, we're just going to dish up. stock and mash. I said there wasn't much mashed potato this time round. Yeah, there's loads of cabbage. My presentation skills are getting so good now. It has all completely, like, there is no gravy in it. I mean, they look really nice. Hopefully they taste as good as they look. Right, there we go. Let's do a taste test. We know what cabbage and mash tastes like. We just mashed up with milk and butter. Let's try a bit of the meatball then. Oh, that's really nice. That's really flavourful. Yeah, I like that. Come back tomorrow to see what else we cook. Right, today we're making our free treat, which is the bacon cheddar pesto pinwheels with sun-dried tomatoes. I have already just cooked the bacon up in a little bit of oil. And then all we're going to do is, where's the scissors gone? Mix in the tomato puree. I have put a pinch of sugar in there like it recommends. The sun-dried tomato paste. And the pesto. Oh, this is crap. Like so. And we all know me with the lazy garlic, so I'm doing the same with the cheese. I've got it chopped up already, so I'll just stick that in my fridge and have that as a snack. Just give it a really good mix. Like so. And then all we're going to do is get our pastry. So, and then we're just going to put this on. Let's just spread it out. We're going to leave centimetre border at the top there. The rest of it can go right to the edge. Make sure that's nicely covered. Right. And then we're going to put on our bacon, just sort of sprinkle it over. Probably the wrong spoon to be doing this with. There we go. And I'm just going to sprinkle over cheese. And then we're just going to start rolling, which is the fun part. Right, I've got a beaten egg with a little bit of water in there. I'm just going to put that along the edge so it seals it. Like so. And continue rolling. Voila. Slab. Oh, don't taste it. And voila. So we're just going to pop them onto the baking tray like that. Make sure I leave a bit of space. And then I'm just going to egg wash them. They get a nice golden colour. And they're going to go in the oven, 200 for, what did it say? 12 to 16 minutes. And then I'll show you what they look like when they come out. Yeah. Oh, they smell really nice actually. Right, I put them in for 16 minutes in the end and they look really nice, they're nicely done. I'm letting that cool down before I try taste testing that because I'm not burning my mouth. Right, they've cooled down enough now to try. They are really nice. Wow. Right, tonight for dinner we're having family favourite pork and apple burger with rosemary wedgies and rocket salad. So I've already chopped up the potatoes into wedges. I had to throw one of the potatoes away because it was actually mouldy. So I'm just going to drizzle with a bit of oil over the top. And then we're going to add our rosemary. Just double checking. Salt and pepper. Shush. Right, so these are going to go in the oven for 15 minutes and then we'll turn. Make sure single layered, like so. Right. Right, now we're going to do the burgers. So we've got grated apple. Again, they do give you garlic. I'm using lazy garlic. Let's get that back, it's not my raspberries in it. Breadcrumbs. And it calls for a little bit of salt. And then pork mince. And we just give that a really good mix with our hands. And spit that too. These will shrink as they cook. Close enough for a burger shape. Right, and then we'll pop these in the oven once those are ready to be turned. Good. Right. And now we're going to pop the burgers in. Right, I'm just going to cut the burger rolls because the burgers are now cooked. They did take 10 minutes longer than what it said, so I'm going to have to chuck the wedgies back in just to reheat them. I'm just going to pop them on there. That's just to toast them. You've got to grate the cheese to pop it on the burger, but I've already got a bag of grated cheese that I'd done myself the other day, so I'm just going to use that. I do use this as snacking cheese. I'm just going to pop that on top until it's all melted. And these are just going to go in the oven for literally like 2 minutes. So while they're in the oven, we're going to do the salad part of it. Put them back in just to warm them up. Alexa, set a 2-minute timer.
2 minutes, starting now.
It looks a bit brown and funky, but it's fine. That was a leftover apple from the burgers. Rather than just throw it, I thought we'd chuck it in the salad. So the salad is literally an apple rocket and where's my scissors gone? And the balsamic glaze. Done. Right. Hot, hot, hot. Right, we've got this apple and sage jelly at the corner. I'm just going to top it on. Ugh, that was a bit quick. Pop it on top of the buns. Oh, they tasted quite quickly actually. Like so. I'm just going to burger on top. 1 hamburger. Oh. Let's do, where's this spatula thing gone? Oh. Wedgies. These smell really nice. And then our salad. Let's give this a little taste test. We'll start with the salad. I don't know what it is, that balsamic glaze, anything with that on just makes it taste so much better. I'm not going to bother taste testing the wedgies because they're wedgies. That's really nice. Right, for our last meal this week, we're doing Tuscan inspired chicken and tomato on rice with pesto, cheese and spinach. So we've already got the rice going. We're just going to add in the chicken. And we're just going to let that cook down till it's cooked and browned. And then we've also got quite a few pantry items on this one. So you need water for the rice, obviously. We've got the pesto, the hard grated cheese, and you need butter, which I don't get why they didn't give you because they do the little packs. Red wine stock paste, passata, garlic, which we know I'm using my lazy garlic, rocket to garnish, and spinach. So we're just going to let that cook down. Right, the chicken's cooked, so we're going to add in the garlic and just let that cook away for a minute with it. Got the fragrance on that just from the garlic. It's beautiful. And then to that, we're going to add our red wine stock paste. All the stock pastes always look so black. Right, that's that. And then we're going to add in the passata. And we're going to add in 100 mils of water. And then we're just going to cook that for 5 or 6 minutes to let it all reduce and do its thing. Right, we're going to add in our spinach. And then to that, we're going to add 20 grams of butter. Let's cover. And then we're going to add the pesto. And we're going to add in grated cheese. Stir that and wait till the butter's melted and then it is ready. Turn that off. Rice is lovely cooked. Beautiful. There we go. And then to garnish, I'm just going to pop some of that on the side. Like so. Beautiful. Right, let's give it a taste test. I've never tried this before, so wow, that's really, really nice. Oh, I like that. Right, that's it for the end of this week. We will be back next week. So if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye.